uh, driving out there every day, man. It was like there was days where I was like, what am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? And then I had to sit down and just think back. Like, there's other people out there looking at me, really doubting me, and saying I ain't gonna really do much. So that was really kept pushing me to like take it to the next level. And once I got to Cortland, it was like everyone was on the same mission. Like,
I'm Mel.
And I'm Mar.
And this is the Cerebral Sports Podcast. On the Cerebral Sports Podcast, we champion the mental development, wellness, and health of athletes, big, small, professional, and amateur.
Week to week, we'll have compelling conversations with athletes, coaches, parents, and mental health professionals to discuss their experiences and point of views as we work to bring awareness to the most vital muscle in an athlete's body, the mind.
All right, we're back with another episode of Cerebral Sports Podcast. Today, I got three very special guests on the show, guys that are very dear to me, guys that I truly, truly appreciate and love. The superstars of Cortland, I will call them now, and probably for a very long time. These three gentlemen have a tremendous story to tell. I think their story is very unique in where they started to where they are. They had one of the best seasons, I think, probably in Cortland history. They were able to capture the national championship. If you had opportunity to watch them on ESPN Plus or just regular ESPN this last week, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Without further ado, I want to get into the story. I want to get into what they're about. I want to welcome Janias, Jack, and Jaden to the show. Thank you guys for being a part of Cerebral Sports Podcast, and let's get this show on the road. Mar, you got anything for us?
Man, salute to y'all, gentlemen, man. Y'all had me locked in on a Friday night watching ESPN Plus, a D3 football championship, and I was not disappointed, man. Give it up for y'all, man. True champions, man. I'm going to give y'all the salute and the love and respect that y'all deserve, man.
All right, before we dive all the way deep into the track that you guys are just in, I want to give you guys each a small opportunity just to tell us a little bit about yourselves, what you do as far as the major that you're studying, and then also talk a little bit about your passion for the game. I want to start off with Jaden. Tell me a little bit, tell the audience a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and just a brief little capture of your journey.
Alrighty. My name is Jaden Martinez, and I'm from Long Island. I actually went to Comstock High School, and after there, I struggled a little in my grades, so I chose Nassau. Great route, made me into the man I am into now, and luckily, I found down the road after we had some ups and downs at Nassau, found Cortland, and this year we had a crazy year, and battling through injuries, battling through depth spot. It's been a long ride. We've been there for we were there for almost 6 months, just football every day. Just handling that with academics is huge, and dealing with putting all that in together with traveling. It was definitely new for me because I've never played football for that long, and most people haven't because no one's ever made it that far into a season before. So I'm extremely blessed for that. And man, after that, there's really not much to say, man. It's been a heck of a ride, and I'm glad I chose Cortland to capture this natty chip as my first one, and hopefully we get back on the road next year and do the same exact thing.
Thank you, man. Well, how about you, Jack? What's your journey like? What's your story? We know where you are now, but let's give the listeners a little feedback of who you are and where you're from.
So my name's Jack Winey, for everybody that don't know. I'm from Lindenhurst, New York. Went to Nassau for 2 years. Transferred out into Cortland. But it's just been this year was crazy, but I just wanted to say Nassau really opened my eyes for the love of the sport for real. Because when we're at Nassau, there's no big stadium, there's no 10,000 fans like we have at Cortland, and it really makes you think like, do I love this sport or do I not love the sport? And I think the three of us all made that decision um when we were at Nassau that we do love the sport and we want to continue. And it really opens your eyes to all that. And I mean it's just crazy coming from high school into Nassau and then now being a natty champion. So it's a heck of a ride and we want to do it again next year. So
Absolutely. And my last guy, Janias, give the listeners a little bit. Let them know who you are.
What's up, y'all? I'm Janias Keys from Queens, New York, Cambria Heights. I went to Eagle Academy in Linden and Merrick. Um, After Eagle, I went to East Coast Prep for like a semester or so. Then I transferred to Nassau, and ever since then, it's been a good long journey, man. Ups and downs, a lot of ups and downs, but just keep going, man. Just keep going. I love it. I'm forever blessed to be a Nassau Lion. Appreciate, I love Cortland. I love it. But yeah, this season been crazy, man. This has been so real. I still can't believe it. I'm still in shock. Like, man, a lot of people doubted us, but we just kept on going and kept on pushing. That's all that matters. So I'm truly blessed to be in this position. Truly blessed to be a natty champion. And hopefully make another one next year. That's all that matters.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. Great stories from all of y'all, local guys. So I want to ask you, a lot of players, they go to Nassau, junior college route, whether it be for grades or they didn't get recruited. But, you're trying to find your way in the sport. You want to continue playing. You want to continue your collegiate career, your athletic career. Some people die on the vine, man. Some people go to Nassau and that's where it stops. Maybe a year at Nassau, that's where it stops. And then, oh man, I don't want to play no more. This is rough. Commitment, trying to find a home and things like that. But all three of you guys found a home at Cortland. Why Cortland? Why Cortland? And what was the change like? All you guys, anybody interject and answer, but why Cortland and what was the adjustment or change like in comparison to playing at Nassau?
I think for me, one of the reasons I did go to Cortland was because of Janias. I also had another friend, Will Ruckert, who went to Cortland. Um, but like I said before, it was a big transition going to Cortland because like we're not home anymore. Like me personally, it was a 15 to 30 minute ride depending on the traffic every day to go up to Nassau. And it's just a really different experience. And I mean, at Nassau, we put in a lot of hard work. Almost won almost won our natty up there at Nassau. But I mean, I think I picked Cortland also because I didn't really get too many offers after Nassau, but I think I made the right decision clearly going to
Yeah.
Portland, even though it's not the dream school, it's not a big D1, but I mean we did our job where we were and we conquered, so it was great.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I'll go next. Honestly, the reason why I chose Cortland was to follow my other two Nassau guys. We went through the trenches together, man. Nassau definitely a grind. Like Jack was saying, he was 15 minutes away on a good day. I had maybe an hour coming out from where I am in Long Island. Uh, Driving out there every day, man. It was like there was days where I was like, what am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? And then I had to sit down and just think back. Like, there's other people out there looking at me, really doubting me, and saying I ain't gonna really do much. So that was really kept pushing me to like take it to the next level. And once I got to Cortland, it was like everyone was on the same mission. Like no one wanted to get set back. Everyone wanted to keep going forward. Next step. And basically like once I got there, I knew I was at home. Like it felt like a family once I walked into that on my visit and I walked into the coach's office and I knew once right in there, I was like, this is my home for the next two. It's like there's nowhere else I'd want to be than here.
What was the biggest adjustment for you coming from there?
Biggest adjustment, honestly, being away from home. Definitely being away because I mean it's not too far. It's only like 4 hours, but we have something to do every day, all day. So it wasn't like I can just hop in my car, go home, go get a nice quick bite to eat, and go back to school. So definitely, it was definitely a culture shock seeing that. Like I couldn't see my family for however long it was, but I knew it was all worth it at the end.
And I'll Janai, you go next, but I also want to tell the listeners, like Jaden, I remember sitting in my office in Shippensburg giving you a full ride.
Mm-hmm.
And you told me, you was like, I'm not going there.
Yeah, no. I had one D2 offer, and then I had a couple of D3, like just look at a couple. I had another D2. I think I had two D2 and a couple of D3. But once we had that conversation, Coach, I don't know if you remember, but we were talking about Cortland, and I was like, I think I'm just gonna go there, Coach, and just get all best of everything. The academics there.
Yep.
So
I remember you saying that you wanted to win.
Yeah, I don't want to go no losing program.
Exactly. So that was a really big piece to it, and I think you chose right.
Yeah, definitely did.
And Janias, what about you, man?
I mean, I chose Cortland because not only they a good football program, but they, like Jaden said, they're a good family, man. It's just a family, and we're all together, man. So I chose also Cortland because I don't know you remember my DJ Trent.
Yeah.
So I chose that Cortland because of him too. You know, that's my brother, man. I love him. I love him. So I chose there because of those two things mainly. No, three things actually. But yeah, just I haven't really seen that adjustment between Cortland and Nassau because I mean they all Long Island kids, so it was all together. So we all close enough. I know most of them already. So but yeah, like we all have family bonding. We all close together. We all brothers. I still talk to my Nassau players today from my class, and I always talk to Cortland players every day. Um, everybody is close together. Everybody know each other, so there wasn't really much of an adjustment. I love everybody, man. I'm cool with everybody, so that's really it. That's really it.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the biggest reasons why we were so successful is because of how close we were and the bond we formed together throughout the season, every day working hard.
You can definitely see it.
Real, man. That chemistry is very, very real, man. It's hard to coach that, hard to replicate that, duplicate that, man. That's something that you either have or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's also very hard not to bond with each other when you're on the bus for about a month.
Exactly, for 3 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Wait, y'all took the bus down? Y'all took the bus for the trip?
We busted.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row.
No plane this whole trip.
Yeah, I remember them saying that on the broadcast. I was
For the
like,
national championship, y'all was on the
like,
bus.
wow, somebody cramped on the bus tonight.
Yeah.
Did y'all stay the night of when you played? Did you have another night in the hotel? Or did y'all go
Yeah.
Okay, so at least
We actually went down there on Tuesday, and we didn't play till Friday, so we were there for a little while.
And then after the game, y'all stayed the night as well and went back.
Stayed the night and then went home. Yeah.
Yeah. Bus ride right after that would have been brutal.
Yeah, that would have been rough.
I would love to know how you guys handled that week leading up into that week. Like what was the preparation like for that national championship game, starting from the bus ride? Since you were there from Tuesday all the way through, like what were you doing?
Honestly, it was a little different for us because like we had off on Mondays, so Mondays we were fine. Tuesday we got on the bus. Tuesday usually our lock-in day. Like we get our scouting reports, get everything in for the game for the week.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to just change up a little bit. It was just a little adjustment we had to deal with. Once we got down there, Tuesday was a straight bus ride. Wednesday, Thursday, they gave us like a little high school to practice at. We really had to lock in over there, watch our film, and it was definitely a little rough because we were in finals week, so a couple players had to like do both. Luckily, I didn't because I had my final on Monday right before we left.
Okay.
So it was maybe a little different for me, but I know other players were stressing out a little bit about academics going into it. But there was Thursday night, everyone was film all throughout the whole entire hotel. So
Anything else? Do you guys have any downtime? Did you get to kind of walk
I
around a bit?
yeah,
We
we
went
had.
around. Yeah, you go ahead, Jay. My fault.
Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
I mean, yeah, like the finals week. It was finals week, so it was really stressful for me. Like I had to make sure I turn in all my essays, my tests, doing my tests. But every chance I get on downtime, I just watch film a little bit to study the opponent. But I mean, but we practiced a little bit, but like it was more like mentally. We meant to get mentally ready for the game
Definitely.
because we was physically ready. Like our coach just said, we was physically ready, but it was more of a mental thing. So each time I get the time off, we just watch film, especially with my roommate Big Fridge. Just watch film, keep breaking down the opponent. That's really it.
Okay. Now, mentally getting tapped in outside of watching film, what else were you guys thinking about going into this one?
I'll take this one. I think, well, we had like obviously we had the talent going into it. I mean, we wouldn't have been in the position that we were if we didn't have the talent. But I mean, like we said before, the whole bus ride, like, um, we're like mentally, we're just like hanging out with each other the whole time too. Like I think that's such a big part of it. Like we're all hanging out, even in the room, we're hanging out with each other, like talking about film, just like playing the game and stuff too. Um, just learning our opponent, getting ready. Um, that's pretty much it. I mean, we're just we're all just getting ready to go, and it was special.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I mean, obviously you guys achieved something that, I mean, it's the height of what we all want to get to in our sport when we played, especially in college and things of that nature, where, we're not necessarily getting a salary, we're not getting millions. So, the winning is that much more important. You want to win. So, and you guys achieved that. But outside of that, tell me about some of the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows of the season of your journey at Cortland so far. Like, tell me about some of those.
I mean, I'll take this one off the jump because I think personally, I had a rough go this year injury wise, and like in the mental state of mind. Um, so starting the year off, I was all healthy, and I had my first little bump in the road. That was the way I was thinking of them all year. Every time I had a little injury, it was just a little setback just to get over. But I knew I'd have to overcome it. But I went down with a high ankle sprain. Then right after that, I just kept going up my right side. I had a torn PCL. My sciatic nerve in my hip went. My shoulder went. And then in this last game, my calf went. So like during all this injuries and going on, I'm like, I can't take myself out of the game. My brothers need me. So I was like, I honestly on Mondays was like a setback for me. I was like, it's more of like a mental day and like trying to like think about what I can do on that one day I have off to make sure I was good to go for that week. So whether I was either looking into whatever like uh physical therapy I would have to get or massage, stretching, something to help my body so that my brain can help me keep going forward. And then um after like I got my head to like really wrap around the fact that these injuries are just they're just little minor like flies coming at you. You just got to swat them off. So really, it wasn't too bad down the line because I was able to like have my brothers with me and people on the linebacker core at Cortland that I was dealing with every practice they would come up to me, yo, how you feeling today? And having that is like it's like damn, I really got people with me. Like I really have people that really got my back. That if I really need things, like I got people to the left and to the right of me that would really do anything in the world to help me get out to the next step. So I mean, after that, I mean, it was crazy. So
What did you do? Like, as far as like your, the mental fight, Is there anything that you leaned on, anything that you did, anybody you spoke to kind of help you persevere through?
Honestly, yeah. I would either call my dad. So my dad, he talks to me a lot, and some things he says, like I'm like, all right, dad, like thanks. Just like simple things like, he's like, yo, you had a good game today. Thanks, dad. Thanks. But then there's times where he really sits back and really gives me those talks where like I really got to think deep into life. Where like he's like, some days he'll tell me like, yo, like why don't you take a day to yourself, go to the gym, relax, take a day away from football. Like give yourself a little setback and realize that football is not really just everything. Like you got to put everything else into. You got to put life in front of you. Like football is not just everything you got going. Like there's other things in life that you got to take care of. So him just like getting my mind just like off football sometimes, like it really did help.
Yeah. Taking that little bit of a space, that space gap, that break is very important, man, just so you can kind of refocus your energy. And having a support system, I think, is also equally important. You know, if you have that and have that parent support, ain't nothing like it.
Yeah, I'm definitely extremely blessed to have that as well because I know some people out there are hurting to have parents. So
Yeah, but then we have, like you said, you had your brothers as well, your teammates that would check him. That also helps.
For sure.
What about the rest of you fellas, man? Any lows that you guys experienced throughout the season that you had to overcome and fight through?
Well, obviously we had that loss in the beginning of the season, which which was honestly it we all said like when it happened, I think we all were just like it was just like a
Shock.
realization like wow, we really can lose. Like, like it's not all sunshines and rainbows. Like we're not gonna win every single game because we knew we had a hell of a team. I don't know if we all knew that we could do what we did necessarily, but yeah, that one loss really opened our eyes and I think it helped in a way. Um, I think it helped us realize that we can lose and that we need to really keep working hard. It's not everything's not just gonna come to us. Um, Other than that, I mean, I was thankful to not really experience too many injuries. I was battling a shoulder injury, which I mean, I wouldn't really call it an injury, but it was just something that was bothering me the whole year.
Yep.
Every game, it was just like, ah, damn, I gotta ice this thing and stretch it out and stuff. But other than that, I was thankful to not really have too many injuries. Obviously nicks and bruises every game, that's football. But other than that, I mean, we just had a hell of a team and we worked really hard. And obviously there's lows, there's times where you miss tackles and you're like, damn, like I really could have made that. But at the end of the day, everyone's there to pick you up. You got your brothers to pick you up and you just keep pushing forward.
Hey, man. Last but not least, my brother, what about yourself, man? What are some of the lows or if any lows that you experienced during the season and how'd you fight through?
Like Jack said, man, that one loss really put us in realization, man. Like we're not gonna win a game all the time by 80 points. We gotta work, man. Put like 100% effort to this thing, man. But yeah, man. I mean, throughout this game, you're gonna deal through adversity, man. That's how part of the game is, man. You're gonna get knocked down, you're gonna get beat up, you're gonna get bullied, you're gonna get pancaked. I mean, slips and falls part of the game, but just how you just the next play mentality. That's what our coach was telling us about, man. So man, they were just having the next play and never give up and just keep going. That's really it.
So, man, that next play mentality is huge in the sport, man, because somebody could definitely get the best of you, man. There's a lot of plays on offense and defense, special teams. You can get rocked, you can get pancaked, you could fumble, you know what I'm saying, miss an assignment. So that mental strength, man, it sounds like you guys really had that
You
down.
can't let it get to you.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Definitely.
So a lot of what you guys have been saying so far has been like family, brotherhood, working through adversity, not never giving up as what Mar was just talking about. What is it looking like for where you guys want to go for next year? Tell listeners a little bit about what the offseason looks like. What are you guys doing in the offseason? One, to recover your body, obviously, but also to prepare yourselves and how you guys are going to go about preparing yourselves for next season.
Um,
Go ahead, Jack.
I think, um, well, we got 1 month right now, pretty much to be home with our real family. Um, so I think we should everybody's gonna just enjoy that time that we have. But once we get back to school, once we get back to Cortland, um, during the spring, then it's work. It's back to work. And I mean, once we get back there and we start working, it's you can't take your foot off the pedal, you just got to keep going. And I mean, I think we're all juniors right now. We're going into our senior year. And I think um once we get there, I think we're all gonna realize like, wow, we really got one more year to make this thing happen again. And we all just gotta work hard and put in the work and make sure that these younger kids understand that it takes a lot to accomplish what we accomplished. And I think we as the seniors going into next year, we really have to lay it on to the younger kids that they have to work hard for it. Like it's not all just going to come to them. And I think if we do that, if we just keep grinding every day, once we get back there, lift through lifts and practice and whatever else we got to do, then we'll be successful again.
Well, this is interesting that you say that, and I asked that because I wanted to see where the mindset was, or just what you guys were thinking about. Because the last show that we did, a lot of the conversations that we had, we were talking about like the upper Division ones, the FBS levels, the transfer portals, right, the NIL deals, all those things that for the higher level of college football, I definitely feel kind of take away from like the family aspects and just getting back to the grind, right? Everyone after they win at any level, they're looking to get to that next level. Right? You guys right now from the Division 1, 2, and 3, you guys at the Division 3 non-scholarship level, and no one's talking about. Notice, no one said anything about NIL. No one said anything about transfer portal for their last year to go somewhere else. They're talking about staying together as a family, as a brotherhood, to go back out there and win another championship. And that to me is what college football was all about. Right. I'm very excited to hear that, at least at some level, with the best of the best in that level, the guys that are the leaders and the older upperclassmen, they're talking about it the same way that it was when we played back in the day, right? Teaching the younger guys what it's going to be, showing them the ropes, pushing it to the next level, making sure that we reclaim the championship. So, for me personally, and obviously I'm going to be biased because I coach you guys, I'm very happy to hear that we do still have some fabric of college football present.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Standard is a standard now. So
Yeah,
once
culture over there for sure.
Say it again. What time?
I said I think we really changed the culture over there, like up at Cortland, just like the winning culture. They always had a good team, like, but this is like different.
I think us going up there definitely pushed them over the little jump that they needed.
Yeah.
And really put some like demanding, like set in stone, like you're doing this is how we're gonna play. And I think that's definitely what helped us to get through these like tough games and handle adversity a little better.
Yeah, like I live with Janice up at Cortland, and I remember talking to him like even in the spring, like saying like we want to win the Natty, like this ain't no regular season, like we really want to do it all, and we did it. So
Yeah, we was really manifesting it all season, all year long, man. And like I said, I still can't believe it, man. It's a dream. This thing you dream as a kid, man, and not a lot of people made it this far. So I'm extremely blessed, man. Like we worked hard, we put in the work. Like even on our off days, me and Jack hit the weights, man. We always kept ourselves busy. So yeah.
Yeah, I got the blueprint now, man. All you got to do is, duplicate it next year. You know what I mean? Run it back. I got the blueprint. I know what to do. Like you said, man, you bring the younger guys with you. Y'all are the seniors now. Y'all gonna be the seniors now. And this is, for a lot of people, gonna be the last time that you put a helmet on. You buckle up that chin strap, lace up your cleats, man, and y'all could really, y'all made history. Y'all can make even more.
Yeah.
I also want to talk a little bit because I know you guys all play for Division III junior college national championship, and we fell short.
Mm-hmm.
Right, going through that experience, all right, and then bringing that to Cortland and being back on a stage similar, but obviously a lot greater, right? Just based off the level of play. How did that loss in that year at Nassau help you have success this year at Cortland?
That loss was huge, honestly, Coach. Honestly, the one part I'm going to talk about is when we finally came back and took the lead again late in the game, and everyone, including me, was on the sideline going crazy because we thought the game was over. There's no time left, and we really, I guess you can say, you got punched in the face because didn't come out with the victory with that one. So dealing with that this year, there was a couple games where they would score, drive down the field, but I knew that like if we came down to the wire, I was getting every single one on that sideline like to lock back in because the game wasn't over until it was full zeros on that clock. There was nothing left to play for. So like playing for every single minute or second we have on that clock was huge. Like I made sure because I had to deal with that. I was not dealing with that again.
Yep. What about you guys? What about Jack?
Experience is the greatest teacher.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for real. Well, I mean that was another thing that me and Janice would say, like, especially getting closer to the chip. We said that we weren't gonna let this happen again. Like we because obviously at Nassau that we really wanted to get that one. We really wanted to get that ring, but um we just manifested it. We said that we weren't gonna let this happen again. And we just gotta keep that mindset and every game like Jaden was saying, um like it's never over till it's like the clock hits zero. Like you gotta keep pushing, keep everybody's heads up. Like every time we got on the sideline, that's something that we said, like never get too high, never get too low. Like we gotta stay at this level and make sure that we keep like doing what we gotta do as a team and not focus on what the other team's doing. And then we'll come out on top after that, like if we just keep doing that.
That game really like let me know like I just can never be too comfortable, man. The game is not over till you see them 3 zeros on the clock. Even though we had that stop at a 2-point conversion, we see even in that championship game, the recent one, I see some of the players celebrate. I'm like, yo, the game is not over. We gotta finish, man. We gotta finish. The game not over. We still get the ball back. Anything can happen. I'm like, if they still celebrating, man, I'm just still laser focused. Telling people that the job is not finished. We gotta finish this thing, man. And then we got the job done, man. We got the job done.
Yo, you ain't lying because I was still nervous.
Yeah, I was really still
Y'all
nervous.
still had to recover the onside kick, right?
And still get a first down.
And get a first down. If you ain't get the first down, there's still a lot of game left. Like so,
Exactly.
so you have the right mentality. And crazy things happen in football.
Mm-hmm.
Really
like
crazy.
what happened in Nassau. Yeah, exactly.
Tell us about it. I don't know if you don't know that one. The national championship game we played for. We were down
4 touchdowns,
came back, took the lead with like a minute, less than a minute left.
It was 46 seconds.
46 seconds left.
Oh,
Squibbed the joint, tackled them. We got a penalty on the first play, personal foul, 15-yard, moved the ball up. They ran a switch route twice, and the second time they hit us, touchdown, game over. 40 seconds, bro. 40 seconds after being down. So these men here that are all on this call, we all went through it. And just so you know, from the coaching standpoint, I'm same way. Anytime we take a lead or game, it ain't over. We got to lock back in because until them scores, them things hit zero, anything can happen.
You ain't lying. You remember that last game of the season for the conference championship versus Merrimack, and dude hit that like 50+ field goal. I'm like, there's no way he's hitting that field goal, bro. Like, it's just all you hear is silence. You're just quiet.
Yeah,
but you hear the other team cheering, but you don't really hear it.
Yeah, like that happened to us in the playoffs too against Grove City when I mean we were just it came down to a field goal and I was just standing there like on our own field. They're about to kick a field goal. I'm like, damn, like this season could really be over right now. Like I was just looking at the kicker, I like like tears in my eyes. I'm like, damn, like it's really bad to be over. And the dude shanked the field goal and
Thank
we
God.
moved on. And that might have been the craziest like part of the whole season, to be honest. Like for me personally, just remember just watching it. As soon as he kicked it, I knew that it was wide left. And I was like, holy, like we really made it. Like we won. Like we're moving on. So that like anything could happen in football. You never know.
For sure. Yeah. So speaking of which, right? You guys did something that real talk. Most collegiate athletes never experience this and never will, right? They experience the other end though. Can you paint a picture for the listeners with your words of the emotion? What was the emotion that you felt? What was going through your minds when the clock hit the 00 or the 000 rather?
I mean, I was speechless. Like I couldn't believe that I just accomplished like a lifelong goal. Like I couldn't believe that I just actually got my first ring. Well, not my first because we won the Empire 8, so that would have been the first, and then actually winning the whole entire thing. Like there's no like we're the number one team now. So I was just sitting there. I was like, damn, just taking it all in that we really just won the national game. Like personally, I think I was just in shock. So it still hasn't hit me yet. So I'm waiting.
What about the rest of you guys? What about you,
Oh,
Mike?
oh man. I felt like I was on top of the world, man. I don't even know what to do. I didn't know what to do after that thing went 000, man. I was all over the field. I'm like, I was looking for my mom, like, Ma, here go the championship hat, man. I didn't know what to do. I was just so anxious and so like also felt like what's next? Like what do we do now? Like I don't even know what to do. I was just running all over the field. I don't know. I was acting crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, like I mean it really was a dream come true. Like national championship, like it's obviously like we've been saying it still hasn't even hit us yet. Like I don't think it ever will. Like it's just a surreal thing that happened. But just like looking around at everybody, like it really hits you like all this hard work that you put in throughout the whole season, like it paid off. Like this is what you worked for. Like all those hard long hours, even in the spring, like waking up, we woke up like every day, like 6 a.m. for runs, like lifts and stuff like that. Um, and just all that stuff is just going through your mind as we're just looking at the scoreboard and we win by one point, 1 point on the scoreboard. And but like Janai said, like even with all that emotion, it's like we're not we're not seniors yet. Like we're not done. We still got to do this next year. Like, and I think that's a great mindset to have. Like there's always you got to always keep pushing. Like no matter how great things are, like there's always more you can accomplish, you know? And I mean, obviously we're grateful and like it's such an amazing experience. Like not no one could even like imagine this would have happened this year. Like 118 years of Cortland football and this year. But but like I said, I mean, we got a job to do again, so we gotta do that next year.
It's a bar
Okay.
right there, man. You got the right mindset. That's a bar.
Hmm.
Also, man, I know you guys are all local, so New York, Cortland is one of the biggest schools for like academics, especially with phys ed and alumni, the alumni in Long Island and just the city in general. It's unbelievable. I don't know if you guys are privy to it, but John Anselmo, Coach Anselmo, who was the coach, two coaches before me at Nassau, he's like one of the legends there. He also played at Cortland. So as you guys are getting into the playoffs, I was on the phone with him talking. He wanted to know which Nassau guys were there when you guys were winning. Like that's why the reports and stuff started coming out from Nassau because the amount of people that had interest in Cortland through Nassau was unbelievable. So, obviously, you know how proud I am of you guys for what you guys already accomplished, and whatever you do going forward, I'm always going to be supportive and happy about. But everybody back here in New York, you wear a Cortland sweater in the mall right now, you
Yeah.
might not be able to go shopping, right?
Somebody gonna stop you for
They're gonna
sure.
stop you and ask you about something that went on, and
I experienced it this morning in the LIR.
yep, there you go. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, we were in the me and my girlfriend were I actually went to the doctor because I broke my finger during the game. And someone in the doctor's office was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Cortland like alum. Like congratulations. Like you see it all over the place. It's really crazy."
Yeah, man. I think the biggest thing in Cortland football prior to you guys doing what you did was like Cortica, right? That's why I mean, play against Ithaca and
Right? Yeah.
go
Portica.
go to Yankee Stadium or play it. They started moving around, right? But now, I mean, that's gonna be like second thought, man. You guys set the bar really high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. So, Mar, you got anything else, baby?
Oh man, I just want to send congratulations again, man, to y'all, man. And I think you guys have a great mindset. Y'all set a wonderful example for other young athletes. It's clear that you guys all have experienced adversity. You went to Nassau first, you transferred out, went to a new school, 4 hours away, new environment, new coaches, new expectations, and look what you guys did. You guys banded together as brothers. You found your support system, your ecosystem, you developed it, harnessed it. You guys are strong, mind, body, and soul, man. And that's why you guys are champions. So I think that a lot of people listening can take a lot from, the example that you guys put forward.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I also want to tell people, man, like these guys were great athletes, but better men. Academics are always something that was important for them, and I'm sure they're doing just fine in that. But also, if you had a chance to watch that national championship game, for any college football player that's out there that may not think Division III football is as competitive, if you watch that game and you watch any of the games they played leading up into that, I'm gonna put it out there and say Cortland probably beat a lot of Division II teams right now.
Absolutely.
With that offense, that quarterback, that running back, that O-line, and the defense that you guys had this year. I mean, there's no question to me how you guys got to where you were with the talent alone was like. But then if you got that chemistry, that bond, that brotherhood, that's very much there. It's going to be really interesting to see how well you guys do next year. I know for a fact I'm going to call it out right now, not to put pressure on you three, but I expect a repeat. I
They
don't
can handle the pressure, man. They good.
anything less than that. I think you guys would be doing yourselves a disservice, man. So I expect you guys to go out there and repeat. And college football, no matter what level you play, man, it's good ball. There's good ball out there with great players. So don't ever turn your chin up or your nose up at a level of football, man.
Dude, man, we definitely gonna be watching for sure and supporting y'all again.
Thank you. Definitely gonna try to run that back one more time.
Exactly.
Sure.